I have kind of a different video set up for us today. We're not talking about real estate. We're going to be talking about the top grocery stores in Central Texas, or I guess the most popular grocery stores in the Austin and surrounding areas. I think a lot of people have this idea of Texas being like desert land with tumbleweeds and then maybe having some like cow farms and that's it. But Austin in particular, one, is very green and very lush. And two, we have this like strangely close relationship with our local grocery stores. And you're probably thinking like, why would anybody care about their grocery store, whatever, but you don't understand. We have, I would say 3 and then like 2, maybe other side grocery stores that we have a very tight entanglement with in Austin. And I'm gonna tell you all about that. And I'm gonna tell you about the top grocery stores in Central Texas. So if you want to drop your opinions or some comments about your favorite grocery stores in Austin, please leave a comment. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. I'd be even happy to do a follow-up video on this and talk about some other grocery stores or some other top things around Austin. Okay, so let's begin. Hey guys, I'm Daphne Coya, your boss lady realtor here in Austin, Texas. And if you are thinking about buying or selling a home in the Austin area, my contact information is in the description below. You can also set up a direct one-on-one video call with me through the link in the description below. Also, if you're watching this video from another part of the US or in another state, etc., and you're thinking about buying or selling a home, wherever you are, reach out. I can connect you with an absolutely outstanding realtor in your area. I have realtor partners all over the country that are ready, willing, and able to help. Okay, so now let's begin for real. I'm just gonna start with the most abundant, ubiquitous grocery store that we have in Central Texas, and that is H-E-B. So H-E-B is one of the main grocery stores in Central Texas. We have a bunch of them in Austin. I believe the headquarters is actually in San Antonio. Throughout the US, and that's gonna be mostly in Texas, there are 430 H-E-Bs that are open now. The reason I love H-E-B is, one, they have really great produce. They have a great selection of like organic stuff, if that's something you're into. I go either way, I don't care too much, but I really like the fact that everything is so fresh, so good, and it's such good prices. I sound like a commercial, but really they do have very competitive prices. Also, H-E-B offers a ton of other really unique things in the store. For instance, if you go to an H-E-B Plus, most of the time they will have like a little tortilla stand where you have a lady there actually making fresh tortillas for you to take home. A lot of times you can take home a fresh warm bag. I mean, I don't know where else you would get that unless you go to like an actual mercado, like a Mexican mercado somewhere else around the Austin area. They a lot of times also have a little sushi stand where they have actual people making sushi like fresh. Yeah, it's not like Uchiko or like 5-star restaurant quality, but it is actually really good and it is really fresh and it's super affordable compared to going out for sushi, for instance. So if you need something like a quick lunch or kind of like a heavier snack, H-E-B sushi is a really great option. And also H-E-B is super involved in the community. I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about that here in a second, but I'm gonna tell you a bit about the history about H-E-B and how it has grown. H-E-B is a Texas-based supermarket chain that began in 1905 when Florence Butt opened a small grocery store in her family's Kerrville, Texas home. The store was originally called Mrs. C.C. Butt's Staple and Fancy Grocery Store and was located on the ground floor of the 2-story wood frame building. Florence, who was married to Clarence Butt, and their 3 sons, started the business after Clarence contracted tuberculosis and was unable to work. She used a $60 loan to buy the groceries and rented the building. In the early days, customers would come and place their orders on credit and then have the employees deliver the groceries to their homes. In 1919, Florence passed the management of the store to her youngest son, Howard Edward Butt, H-E-B. Howard Edward Butt. In 2001, H-E-B finally came to the Houston area, and today the chain has over 435 stores in Texas and Mexico, employing more than 160,000 people and serving millions of customers. This next portion is actually really important too, guys, so listen. H-E-B is also known for its response to disasters in Texas and surrounding states, providing aid and relief by delivering water, food, and other essentials to affected areas. This is largely the reason why I love H-E-B. This is me loving H-E-B. For instance, in 2021 and 2022, when we had that big snow freeze, some people call it snowmageddon, which I think is kind of extra, but you guys generally know what I'm talking about. The power grid, as so many people have heard, went down and so many things were completely frozen over. Also, our roads were frozen and a lot of people in Texas don't know how to drive on snow and ice. So people were literally stuck in their home, a lot of time without running water and then no electricity. not a good time. It was pretty disastrous. HEB, or the HEB Corporation, organization, whatever you want to call it, was extremely proactive, and they did deliver food and they did deliver water to those in need. I know a lot of elderly people were sent water and things to help keep them going so that they would be okay. I know some families were also able to receive aid, which was a lot more than the actual state of Texas did. So just by that alone, I think that speaks volumes about the company of HEB. Also, I've known several people that have worked at HEB at different levels, whether it's somebody working at a cashier, stocking shelves, corporate management, all that kind of stuff. Everybody seems to absolutely love it. And it's the kind of company where you can start working and then work your way up if you want to do more with the company or get more involved, etc. So for all of those reasons, I absolutely love HEB. So the next best, wonderful, best grocery store in Central Texas after HEB is just an offshoot of HEB, which is Central Market. I'm sure everybody watching this video knows of Whole Foods, which is something we will touch on here in just a second. But Central Market is owned by HEB and it has a similar feel to Whole Foods. There are two in Austin proper. They're both on Lamar. One's on North Lamar and the other one is on South Lamar. Central Market is a whole experience on its own. Central Market opened its first location in Austin, Texas in January 22nd, 1994. The store was designed as a European-style marketplace with a serpentine layout and 4 in-house eateries. What's the serpentine layout? Like a snake? I guess if we think about it, it kind of is. Let me continue. Central Market's goal was to help customers enjoy food by offering hard-to-find ingredients, a variety of wines and cheeses, slow food concepts. The store's focus on exotic ingredients and short chain sourcing drew media attention and baffled some contemporary shoppers. Oh, that is such colorful wording. It baffled contemporary shoppers, which isn't too far from reality. I personally also really love Central Market because they do have, one, it has more of a higher end feel and there's a lot more organic options and like healthy, natural items that you can purchase. But the overall feel of it is pretty unique. It does kind of have a serpentine layout. You walk in immediately and then to the left is like the produce and fruits and all that kind of stuff, and then you go through and then there's like the meat, the seafood area, the meat market, and then you go through here and then there's like dairy and bread, and then they have this gigantic, you guys, I'm trying to remember the map of the store off the top of my head, but I think I'm doing a pretty good job, so follow with me. There is a really impressive wine selection, and then around the wine they do have a lot of different cheeses that you can pair with that. I'm personally not a big drinker and I don't like wine necessarily, so I don't know if the wine is actually, but it's gotta be because the place is always packed and people are constantly buying wine and like finer cheeses from Central Market. Once you move past the wine section, there's also like a snack and condiment area where you can get different sauces from around the world, which is really cool, and all sorts of like seasonings and like nuts and candies. And then they even have like a little salad bar on the side of the store. I'm trying to remember. Okay, and then they have a gelato section where you can get gelato. Let's say it correctly, like we're in Italy. Gelato. They have a gelato. I'm not Italian. But if you're Italian, you probably wouldn't be offended, because shout out to Italy. So then on the other side of the gelato shop, we have like a coffee shop, and then you go around the other way and then there's a whole cafe where you can order kind of basic food, things like salads and sandwiches and burgers and that kind of stuff. And then this goes on, you guys. This is a really, like I said, Central Market is a whole experience. It's not just a grocery store where you run in and out. They also have an amazing flower section. Shout out to their flower department. But then on the other side of the store, they have an outdoor patio. They have basically 2 outdoor patios. One's covered and the other one is not. And the one that is not also sometimes serves as a stage where they have live music events. And then in the backyard of the Central Market, there is a playscape. So kids can run around and play while their parents are ordering food and grabbing a drink. I think you can also order wine there. Like I said, it's a whole experience to go into Central Market. You obviously do have the option to just go in, get some basic things and leave. But if you do want to stay there, you absolutely can. You can get desserts, you can get candy, you can get your full meal, you can just sit there and study. The Wi-Fi is decent. Okay, I think that's enough about Central Market, but that is a lot of information. And I hope that now you are intrigued and that you are excited to go visit HEB and Central Market on North and South Lamar. All right, guys, make sure to watch this video all the way to the end. I'm gonna cover some more information that I personally think is interesting, and I think you guys will probably be interested as well. Another one of my favorite grocery stores in Austin proper. It's not from Austin, it was not founded here, but it is really popular, and that is the Hmart in Cedar Park. Cedar Park is one of our northern suburbs. And this Hmart is awesome. It is a Korean-owned grocery store. When you walk into the grocery store, on the right side, there is the actual grocery store where you can get your groceries, all sorts of Asian groceries. There's a lot of variety there and it's awesome. And then if you go on the left side of the building, you're basically entering this awesome Asian food court with food not just from all over Asia, but different styles of food as well. I've been there before and we got like a deep fried corn dog with actual bits of corn and cheese on it. And then on the side, they also have like a stage where they do karaoke from time to time. And a lot of times when they don't have karaoke, just during the day, they will have like K-pop music videos playing and then K-pop music playing. And it's just a vibe and a complete change from the rest of the area and like what might be going on around there. I love it. I think it's so cool that we have cultural options that are so accessible and like easy to get to. All right, okay. So the next grocery store and the last grocery store on this list is one that is very well known worldwide. Well, maybe not worldwide, maybe nationally. Nationally for sure, which is Whole Foods. Whole Foods was founded in Austin in 1978. And once again, I have some more information to share with you, which I will do right now. The roots in Austin, Whole Foods began in 1978 when John Mackey and Renee Lawson borrowed $45,000 from their family friends to open a small natural store called Safer Way in Austin, Texas. In 1980, they merged Safer Way with a Clarksville grocery store called Natural Grocery, which was owned by a gentleman named Craig Weller and Mark Skiles. They created the first Whole Foods market on 12th and Lamar in Austin, Texas. This was a 10,500 square foot store, which was the largest natural food supermarket at the time. In the 80s, Whole Foods became a massive success. It was a one-of-a-kind idea at the time, and people flocked to the store, allowing them to grow and grow. Throughout the 1990s, Whole Foods continued to expand, moving beyond Austin and opening stores across the US. The company went public in 1992, providing the capital needed for further expansion. Whole Foods is very much committed to Austin. Despite the national expansion, Whole Foods maintained its commitment to Austin, opening more stores in the area and establishing itself as a key player in the local community. I'm a pretty big fan of Whole Foods, and I say pretty big because I used to be a bigger fan of Whole Foods. I do personally prefer H-E-B. However, I do have a very soft spot in my heart for Whole Foods because the Whole Foods in Austin are also an experience. They're different, I think, than a lot of the Whole Foods I've been to in other parts of the country. For instance, the Whole Foods downtown and the Whole Foods at the Domain and also the one at the Arboretum all have a salad buffet or salad bar, and they also have like a buffet with other types of food as well. Each of these Whole Foods also have, I would say, mini restaurants inside of the supermarket as well. They sell things like ramen, you can get sandwiches, pizza, fresh bread, sushi, and they also have a juice bar and a coffee shop inside of each grocery store, which I think makes everything a lot easier. I will say that Whole Foods was, I would say, better pre-pandemic. The pandemic changed a lot of things, and they started using a lot of the extra space that they had for like grocery delivery and Instacart and that kind of stuff, instead of just like having tables where people could hang out and lounge. However, the experience is still really good. I love the fact that they have the salad bar and they have the lunch buffet there, because then you can just go in, grab some food and leave. It does end up actually being cheaper than going out to dinner or going out to lunch. You don't have to tip a server. You can just go in, get your stuff, and then leave, which is great. So, which grocery stores do you guys shop at? Which ones are your favorite? Leave a comment in order. I want to see like maybe H-E-B is your favorite, or Central Market, or maybe H-Mart or Whole Foods. Tell me which are your favorite and why. I'd be really curious to find out what your experience has been with each of these grocery stores, because I'm pretty sure most, if not everyone watching this video who is in Austin has probably experienced these grocery stores at some point. So that is all I have. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. And again, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home in the Austin area, please contact me. My contact information is in the description below. You can even set up a direct one-on-one video call with me. And if you're watching me from another part of the country or in a different state and you need to buy or sell a home, call me. I will totally get you hooked up with a wonderful realtor in your area. I have realtor partners all over the United States of America, Earth. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Daphne Quay, your Boss Lady Realtor. Till next time, bye.